Alright, so I've positioned these smokes so that they're accessible from this point, which is where you stand. You come here. I actually enlarge my crosshair to line up perfectly. So this line up here in the ground is pretty important to have it like pretty nailed down. And then this line up here looks like this. Actually, let me take out my knife so I can show. So here, where like either like below this blue bit or like above this wood thing sticking out. You can remember it how you like to remember it. And then we're inside the dark part of this pyramid looking thing. Right? So that's how it looks. That's how you remember it. I actually get myself in this position and then I make my crosshair small. And now you'll see the other lineups. You have to throw the smokes very quickly from one another. So I'm not going to talk too much. I'm going to concentrate.
Smoke! Smoke! I'm throwing smoke.
So let's see how this looks. Yeah, so this looks pretty convincing. It looks like 3 people threw their smokes at once. With practice, you can actually get the timing closer between the smokes. Obviously, you got to keep the order as it is. And just a disclaimer, obviously you're not pushing through these smokes, but this jungle smoke has a gap. It's very hard from that position to throw... Well, actually, it's very hard in the first place to find a position where you can throw, like, you know, the CT smoke. So if you look like where I'm sort of positioned here, I'm like here, right? So like you see how small the tight gap is here between CT, and then like you need to go above this building to hit the wall there for jungle, and you need to land one there. So like there's not too many positions. I've actually been nerding around here for like 2-3 hours looking for positions and shit. So you can try and find better, but yeah. So there are some, you know, the jungle smoke has a gap, but you're not gonna be pushing through it. So yeah, the smoke's very finicky. So there's a gap. It's not 100% perfect, but it gets pretty close. All right. So before you start critiquing, and yeah, so let me actually kill myself here so I can get a smoke. So what you want to do is you want to get in this position. I showed you the first lineup. The second lineup, you aim in like the middle of this like white bit, and then you jump throw. And for the third one, you aim like, well, actually, this actually gets in the way. You aim like here, essentially. Like you go a bit left from this gap and then down. So it looks like this. You can eyeball it. It's not that important to be precise. You just don't want to be too far to the left, because if you're too far to the left, that actually wasn't too far. Oh, it was too far to the left. This will happen. But yeah, actually, I need to kill myself. I need to turn on infinite ammo so that I don't keep running out of smokes. So yeah, these are the lineups. And there are a few things I need to explain. So firstly, obviously the smoke drops. You want to have your teammates drop the smokes so that they're accessible from this point. So one way of doing it is just sort of like trying to eyeball it and then trying again and again and again until you sort of get them in the right place. But that will take some time. You can try and find some lineups. I've tried a few. You can drop one here. And by the way, when you're dropping smokes, so yeah, that one worked to that position. And for this position, you can come like here, right? And you see, after I throw the smoke, by the way, right, look at me, I'm throwing the smoke, I'm not moving, and then I move, because if you throw it and then you start moving, it actually gives some velocity over to the smoke. And like, yeah, you don't want to be too scared. You get like 2 seconds of not picking up the smoke, so you want to make sure that you drop it and then you stand in the same place and then you move away, because you don't want it rolling around everywhere. So yeah, smoke drops, like where you drop them exactly, is important. So do try to practice that. This will take a lot of practice. Like obviously throwing the smoke from like here and then coming here and then throwing from here and then coming here and throwing from here is gonna take some practice getting used to. So you do need to practice. Obviously your teammates need to be on the same page. Now I want to show you also this Z command that I have. So I've bound to Z this thing, which makes my crosshair wide. It's a useful command to have in general. So yeah, you can just paste it. I'll have the command in the description. Another thing is you want to have this command. So if I click bind 4, when I want to take the smoke grenade, I actually take out my knife first and then the smoke grenade, because let me show you what happens if you don't have that. Where is it? It's here. So yes, I've bound it, and look towards my HUD, right? So keep your mouse focused on like this part here. Look at my scout on my HUD here on the right side, right? So I'm gonna throw a smoke, right? And right after I throw it, I'll spam my key where my smoke's bound. So look at this.
I'm throwing smoke.
It goes to my scout and then to my smoke. Scout, then smoke. Scout, then smoke. So if you have it bound like this, now what happens when I have my smoke out is I throw it and then I spam and then it doesn't go to my scout directly, right? So yeah, that's just a more effective way. You want to have that bind in general. Again, it's fairly useful. And finally, I don't remember if I already mentioned it. It's been too long. It's 128 tick. All the smokes are jump throws. You need to be on 128 tick. Won't work for 64. And you need the jump throw bind. So look up a tutorial on how to bind the jump throw bind because it can be a bit, complex. How to do it. So yep. And finally, I just want to mention, if you want to get into this environment to practice for yourself, it actually takes quite a few commands because you can only buy a single smoke at once. Even if I drop my smoke, it won't let me buy another smoke, right? So I can only buy the one smoke. So what you have to do is you have to throw it, then kill yourself, and then buy another smoke, right? And you need to enable the command, what was it? There was like some rule command which won't kick you from the server if you kill yourself too many times, which is on by default, so you want to turn that off because you don't want to get kicked from the server. And also, there was another command. Oh yeah, also you want to make sure that you respawn as T. I think that was SV underscore respawn. No, MP. It's MP underscore respawn. Respawn on def T and CT. You want to have those both on. So that when you kill yourself, you don't have to restart the round. And yeah, but you can make an exec file with all these commands. Obviously, you have your own practice environment. You want to have, obviously, infinite ammo off when you're throwing the smokes, so that it's realistic, as in the real game, so that you can get the timing right. Because if you have infinite ammo on, I think I do at the moment, you can do it quicker than you actually can in real game. And I think I've actually gone through everything here. So there's quite a few things, obviously, to keep in mind. I hope you found the video useful. And yeah, see you guys next time.